Vinny Vernuccio is with the Mackinac Center for Public Policy and up in northern Michigan, and we appreciate you coming in. You follow a lot of labor-related issues, correct?
Well, with a name like Vinny, you have to. Check. Hey, thanks for having me out. By the way, this is a beautiful room.
Thank you.
Having some fun tonight, huh?
We are. We are indeed. Vinny.
Hey, why not, right?
Right.
And back to labor. We saw quite the dust-up in the Democratic debate in Flint on the issue of labor, trade, those important things to residents in the state of Michigan.
NAFTA, all of it.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I mean, at this point in prior elections, you saw major endorsements from unions, especially the AFL-CIO, the UAW. Looks like they're sitting on the sidelines right now.
What do you make of that?
I think it's interesting. There really was no love lost between them and Bill Clinton, especially because of his support of NAFTA. I'm not sure what they think about Bernie Sanders, but the fact that they haven't jumped in and gone all in for Hillary Clinton probably says a lot about their feelings towards her candidacy right now.
Yeah, and then of course the big three just got all of their agreements ratified, so they came through that. But this is also a right-to-work state now, and that has come about up under Governor Snyder, and certainly was a controversial issue in his very first term. As you look at this, has that been good for Michigan, or is it too early to tell yet?
Well, wages are up, unemployment is down, employment is up, and last year we added over 36,000 new union members. So you take those stats into account, I think it's been pretty good for us.
Fantastic.
And, but really, you take all the stats out of it, and what right to work really means is it means a union can't get a worker fired for not paying them. It's about freedom. It doesn't change anything else about collective bargaining. And what I've heard from some union officials is that it's actually making them communicate with their members more, explaining why membership is a value, and it's making them stronger, as you're seeing with the addition of 36,000 new union members last year.
Well, and we certainly saw that communication piece being very, very important in the labor negotiations with the first rejection of the Fiat Chrysler deal. I mean, the communication was not the way it should have been between the union and the rank and file.
Right, and right to work, it makes them prove their worth to their membership. It makes them say, hey, membership is a thing of value. This is why we need to earn your dues. So it's actually making those unions stronger. And if you want to get back to the presidential race, one of the things your last guest was talking about is some of the Supreme Court cases. There is actually one case which is very likely going to be a 4-4 split now that Justice Scalia has passed because he was going to be the swing vote, and that's the Friedrichs case. And Friedrichs could bring right to work for the entire country, for government unions across the entire country. So you're talking about states like California, states like Illinois, New York, where right to work may be way, way down the line, and their public sector may get right to work thanks to this case. But right now, like everything else with the Supreme Court, all those other controversial cases, that's up in the air.
Have you found that the Mackinac Center, this is probably one of the more interesting times in American history for you all to have things to write about?
It is. I'm traveling all over the country. We were just in West Virginia, which became the 26th right-to-work state, making worker freedom a majority of the states across the country. And I tell you, when you travel across this great land, everyone's saying, wow, you're from Michigan. You guys have turned that state around. This is amazing. And the reception you get is just night and day from a couple of years ago. So it is fantastic.
All right.
Well, Michigan certainly in the spotlight on this
Absolutely.
night with the primary. So,
No
Vinny,
question
thanks
about
for coming in. Great to meet you and to hear your insights into this process as well.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me on.
Great to have you here.
All right.